Hello students, good morning. How are you? I hope you are all safe at home. Be careful and wash your hands often. Obey your parents, be polite with others and behave as a good children. Okay? Now we can come to our welcome back to online class. Today we can learn about composition of that economics lesson 1, composition of GDP and contribution of different sectors in GDP of India. Okay, before going to today's lesson, once we can recall the previous class portion. I thought you all have learned well that previous class, isn't it? Now, economics lesson 1, gross domestic product and its growth and introduction. Children, in this lesson, what we have learned already, can you remember? Yes, definition of GDP. Do you know what's the definition of GDP? GDP equal to Z plus I plus G plus X minus M. Isn't it? Next, what we have learned? Next, we have learned about national income. Isn't it? About the national income. And I have taught that definition of national income also. Did you understand? Did you remember? Yes, national income is a measure of the total money value of goods and services produced by an economy over a period of time. That means 1 year. Isn't it? Next, what are the things we have learned already? Yes, okay. Various terms associated with measuring a national income. Did you remember? What is that? Gross national product, gross domestic product, net national product, net domestic product, per capita income, personal income, disposable income. Isn't it? Next, about methods of GDP. It is expenditure method, income method, value added method. These are the things we have learned already. Next also we learn importance of GDP. What are the importance of GDP? There are also 6 points we have learned, isn't it? That is also very important. One of the questions they ask, write about the importance of GDP. Study of economic growth, problems of inflation and deflation, comparison with the developed countries of the world, estimate the purchasing power, study of public sector, guide to economic planning. Okay. Next, what we have learned about the limitation. The rate of GDP also we have learned. Yes, today we can study about today's portion. Okay, we can come to today's lesson, that is composition of gross domestic product. Composition of gross domestic product. That is GDP, gross domestic product, short form GDP. Composition, what are the composition of gross domestic product? About that only we are going to learn today. Here, 3 sectors. What are the important 3 sectors? That is primary sector, secondary sector and the tertiary sector. About these things only we are going to learn today. Okay, what are the composition of gross domestic product? So, Indian economy is broadly divided into 3 sectors. That is primary sector. Primary sector is also called as agricultural sector. And secondary sector is also called as industrial sector. And third one is the tertiary sector. Tertiary sector is also called as service sector. Okay. Now one by one we can see today. First one, primary sector. So primary sector is also called as agricultural sector. So which is called as the primary sector? Sometime one word they may ask. So what is the answer? Agricultural sector is known as primary sector. Next one thing, which is the backbone of India. Do you know, children? That is also agriculture. Okay, which is the backbone of India? Agriculture. So agricultural sector is known as primary sector. So in which agricultural operations are undertaken. So according to this agriculture, raw materials such as the production of raw materials, what are the cattle farm, fishing, mining, forestry, corn, coal, etc. are also undertaken under this agricultural sector. So agricultural sector include fishing, mining, forestry, coal, cattle farm, production of raw materials, all these things come under this primary sector or agricultural sector. Okay, so next, second one is the secondary sector. Secondary sector is also called as industrial sector. Okay, so industrial sector is secondary sector in which the goods and commodities are produced by transforming the raw materials. Okay, important industries are iron and steel industry, cotton textile, jute, sugar, cement, paper, and petrochemical, automobile, and other small scale industry. These are the secondary sectors. So secondary sectors is also called as industrial sectors. Okay, next, third one is the tertiary sector. Tertiary sector or service sectors. Okay, what do you know about this tertiary sector? This tertiary sector is known as service sector, which include government, scientific research, transport communication, trade, postal and telegraph, banking, education, entertainment, healthcare and information technology. All these come under this third sector, that is the tertiary sector or service sector. Okay, so in this 20th century, economists began to suggest that traditional tertiary service could be further distinguished from quaternary and quinary service sector also. Okay, students, did you understand about this composition of gross domestic product? So it was divided into three sectors. What can you say? Which are the three sectors? That is the primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So primary sector is also called as agricultural sector. Secondary sector is also called as industrial sector. Next, the tertiary sector is also called as service sector. Okay. Next heading is the contribution of different sectors in GDP of India. Okay. Contribution of different sectors in GDP of India. So, do you know among these three sectors, which is the largest sector of India? There is one fill in the blanks also. Dash is the largest sector of India. That is the service sector. Okay. So, which is the largest sector of India? Service sector. So, it is the gross value added at current price for service sector is estimated at 92.26 lakh crores in 2018-19. So 2018-19, what was GVA? GVA means gross value added. That is 92.26 lakhs. So what do you understand about this tabular column? This sector-wise contribution in GDP of India, they have mentioned the year, isn't it? Three sector, agriculture sector, industrial sector, service sector, each one in the percentage only it was mentioned. So this tabular column clearly explains about the statistical organization of these three sectors. Okay, that is in percentage. In 1950 to 51, how much the percentage of agriculture? That is 51.81%. Industry 14.616%. Service sector, what is the percentage? 33.25%. Are you clear? Like that, each year it has mentioned. Next one, sector-wise contribution of GDP 2018-19. Now 2020-21, isn't it? So sector-wise, now 2021-22. So sector-wise contribution of GDP we have learned about in this lesson 2018-19. Okay, this pie chart, what do you understand about this pie chart? So here agricultural sector, how much percentage? Can you identify how much percentage this agricultural sector? That is 15.87%. Next, agricultural, forestry and fishing. There, how many percentage? 15.87%. Next, okay, both same only. Industry sector, how much percentage? 29.73 percentage. Mining and quarrying, 2.7 percentage only. Next, manufacturing sector, that is 16.83 percentage. Electricity, gas, water supply and other utility service, how many percentage GDP? 2.67 percentage. Next, construction, how much percentage? It was 7.54 percentage. Next, service sector, 54.7 percentage. And trade, hotels, transport, communication and service related to broadcasting, that is how many percentage? 18.62 percentage. Next, financial, real estate and proof services. For that, how many percentage? 20.96 percentage. And public administrative, defense and other service, 14.82 percentage. From this pie chart, which portion has more percentage? That is the service sector. Okay. So, which is the largest sector of India? Service sector. Are you clear? How many percentage is the service sector in this, according to this pie chart 2018-19? That is 54.4 percentage. Are you clear about this? Next one is this graph. Okay, sector-wise GDP growth of India to 1950 to 2018. Here also three sectors: agricultural sector, industry and the service sector. So this agriculture sector, this graph, how it was in the, on the x-axis it was mentioned that year, and on the y-axis the growth, that is in the percentage. Okay, so agriculture, it is in green color, industry orange color, service sector was indicated in blue color. So this chart diagram shows that sector-wise contribution in GDP of India for the year 1950 to 2018. Next one, do you know which is the largest producer of agricultural product? Which is the second largest producer of agricultural product? That is the India. Okay, so India is the second largest producer of agricultural product. This is also one word they may ask, so please be careful. India accounts for 7.39% total global agricultural output. So in industrial sectors, India's world rank is 6th. Very clear? In agriculture it is second. In service sector it is 6th. India's world rank is 8th. The industrial sector it is 6th, and service sector it is in the 8th rank. Okay, agricultural it is the second largest producer, and in the industrial sector India's world rank is 6th, and in the service sector India's world rank is 8th. Okay, so contribution of agricultural sector in Indian economy is much higher than world average. So contribution of industry and service sector is lower than world average, 30%. That is for industry sector and 63% for service sector. Okay. Now what is GVA? That means gross value added. That is measured of the value of goods and services produced in an area, industry or sector of an economy. So how we can calculate this gross value added? Means GDP plus subsidies minus direct tax or sales taxes. Okay, GDP plus subsidies minus taxes. What are the taxes? Direct tax and sales tax. Are you clear? So, before concluding our lesson, we will have some small recap. We have what we have discussed about. Okay, so what we have learned, students, first we have learned about this composition of gross domestic product. That is primary sector. From this picture, can you understand? About agriculture, dairy, fishing, forestry come under this primary sector. And the secondary sector, manufacturing industries, car, biscuit, shirt, chair, etc. Tertiary sector, that is the service sector. Okay, doctor, engineer, collector, this and all come under this service sector. Okay, okay, students. Next, what we have learned about the contribution of different sectors in GDP of India. So, which is the second largest producer of agricultural product? That is India. And which is the largest sector of India? That is the service sector. Okay. Okay, students, go through this lesson and study all the one word. Do the best, try to the best, and all the best. Thank you, students.